Yes, we're live. I don't know where Kevin is. He should be joining, but I think his internet's down again. So that's the thing. But it's okay. We can keep going. Um, so what we were gonna do today is we want to make like if we go look at our app, I want to make like a login page because I want to make users have like people log in and then the logged in user can, be player X and player Y. So it means we're going to do some like database update stuff. But the first thing that we want to do is actually provide like a kind of space for people to sign up and log in. So in order to do that, we're going to have like a slash login and slash sign up. So that's kind of the plan. So we will go forth and do that. So I am in our project. I'm just going to yarn start so that we make sure that nothing crashes and stuff and everything just keeps working beautifully, because that would be nice, wouldn't it? As you see in our app, move up over here. There we go. We've got that. So yeah, again, have no idea where Kevin is. He's gone. But yeah, so we're going to make a login page and a sign up page. And then we'll have them stuck in our roots over here. We'll also like lazy load them. So they're going to be like fairly similar to this home setup, sort of, I guess. Would they? I guess a login page will have like a like link that will go to the sign in page. And the sign in page will have like a link that goes to the login page, and we'll add some components because they're going to need to have like some like proper React components. So let's just get started with making the login page. I'm going to import React FC. Pretty standard. Oh my gosh, this cable fell. That's fine. I'll just work over it. React FC from React. Perfect. And then I'm going to say const and just make it login page. This is just going to be a functional component. It's not going to take in any props. And I mean, we're going to do some handle clicking stuff in here. So I will, because we need to have history to go to places. And yeah, I'm going to make it like a not arrow body function. Cool. So that's pretty much how that works. How do we have our home page set up? So the home page is just kind of like things set up as is. So I'm going to import those things. Import h1 from components. Perfect. So that's happily imported. Great. Then next up, I'm going to get, I'm going to place it here and make it login. So that's going to be like a centered screen at the top. It means if I update my root and add like a page for login, we'll say const login equals lazy. So we're lazy loading this, just so that like when our app loads for the first time, it doesn't load the login page until it's actually requested, which is like a good practice because, if your first time load up is really long, then you can have issues. So root, we say path, and our path will be /login. Cool. And the component will be that login page that we created. So I guess it's a lonely stream today. I waited for 11 and then it's like, it was pointless. It was all pointless. Oh, it says his phone won't switch on. Okay, right, he gave me a link. Hey, I just got your email now.
You give a gal, who was that?
Never mind. Sorry, I've got Kevin's stuff, but he's like not really responding. So yeah. just type a message saying, let me know when you're ready for me to join. There we go. So that's cool. Great. So anyway, what was I saying? I'm back here, and yeah, he'll let me know when he's ready to join. Anyway, I'm gonna keep doing this login stuff. I'm gonna do the same thing for the sign up page. So I'm just like, I'll do that just now. I just want to check if this actually works. So if I say /login, it's not working. Is it not working? It should have shown my login page. That's my login page. My login is there. Weird. Oh, this is the wrong thing. I should be looking at my local host. So if it says /login over here. There we go. It gives me the login text. Great. That's cool. So yeah. Okay, I think Kevin's ready. Just making sure. Okay, he says he's ready. I'm joining. Okay, Kevin, I'm back again.
Looks so cool. It's like what we were doing, eh?
I'm gonna ditch it. Okay, I'll wait for him to let me know, like when he's actually ready, and not just telling me he's ready, because I don't want to yeah, wait like while having his whole background stuff going off. Cool. And this is gonna be sign up. So yeah, what we'll have here is like, I'm going to set the routing up between all these pages, so the home page as well. But yeah, let's first do this. Again, pages, sign up. Cool. Maybe I should make a Google Hangout session first, and then he can join when he's ready. That's probably a better idea, but I don't know. Great. So now theoretically on this side, if I click sign up, then yeah, that's great. So I'm gonna make some buttons in each of these. Like I'm gonna make another button in here, and I'm gonna call it login. And then a button called sign up. So that's great. All good. So on home, we can go to login or sign up or the game room. Great. On the login page, we'll make some buttons. And this will say sign up instead. Great. And then the sign up will have a page, the button that says button login instead. Okay, I think Kevin is. Okay, cool. I'm joining him now.
Hey, sorry, my bro.
No, it's cool,
Hey,
dude.
what's up? Dude, it's so weird. I thought my headphones were, I thought I would hear you come on, and then I was gonna switch everything off. But my headphones were plugged in, so I obviously couldn't hear you through the laptop. So I was like, oh
Yeah.
my, I'm so sorry, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna ditch it and wait till you
Yeah, sorry, my
properly
bro.
ready. Cool.
Hey,
Yeah, no
how's it
worries.
going, man?
Good. I got started
Yeah,
so long. I
lekker.
should probably share my screen with you.
Yeah,
Um,
awesome.
and give you a recap. What did I do here?
Cool.
So this is just because I haven't imported button yet. I just got started with like
Okay.
basic stuff. You'll what did I do
Oh,
there?
just making the login
Yeah, like making all the
page and stuff.
pages. So I made the login like there at the moment they're just pretty much pages like where I'm importing buttons, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the routing between the pages to get that out of the way.
Okay,
So
awesome.
like from the home page you can go to login and sign up. From login you can go, well I guess I can make another button called back to home.
Cool.
Was back to home, and I'll do that on the sign in page as well.
Cool.
So then yeah, we just imported the roots here and put them in login sign up. Nothing too big
Okay,
here.
awesome.
Yeah. So now I just wanna I'm gonna make like a go to game room. Change this to go to game room. Like, and just make all these other functions basically. And have like a function called go to login and go to sign up. So pretty straightforward. It's like kind of a lot of repetitive stuff that I have to do now. So yeah, you really didn't miss anything.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know. My phone died and it literally will not switch on, dude. It's like been on the charging screen. Yeah, it's so irritating.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, is your internet down again? I just figured I'll start up anyway. Like,
no, it's
but
super
yeah,
chill,
you
dude.
really didn't miss anything. So here I'm just gonna set the on click to go to that login that we just created.
Yes.
Cool. And the on click in here will go to the sign up. Sorry, let's go around here. Great. Okay, cool. And then yeah, same for sign up page. I'll copy this function.
Cool.
And just stick it in like over there. We need to do the use history stuff.
Yeah.
So just making sure that I get history, and that comes from this React root to DOM. You did enjoy last night's random stream?
Dude, that was so cool, man. Yo, yeah, I literally ended up watching it and like checking everything out, and then I went to bed at like 2 o'clock.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Hectic. So
Quite
to go back to go there. Yeah, that was fun. What I forgot to do in there was like I like to build a thing in that says like when it changes how far it goes down by. Like now is a good time to look at it because I actually like logged on this morning and my app was still running. Like it said like connection timed up, but it still keeps trying to reconnect every time. So that was pretty cool. Like so if the connection fails, it's fine. Like
That's
it just
awesome.
will try and reconnect all the time.
Oh, that's great.
But like yeah, I think the cool thing was like it happened. And like it was quite volatile this morning. Like prices were changing quite a lot, so I could really like see, okay, cool, it's working nicely. And then like yeah, basically, I was gonna say,
Oh, that's
like yeah,
that's very cool, dude.
it reminded me I should put like in a thing that says like how far it goes up and down by.
Yeah. No, it's very interesting. Eh?
So yeah, lots of fun stuff there. Not sing up. Can't type.
Sing up.
Sing up. Yeah, so that's like a fun little side thing. But I mean, you could also use the same thing in React. You can like go and make it like JavaScript API call, and keep updating it like that. Like yeah. What I'd like to do, like randomly, is like kind of build some little tools around it for like a React app, like where you say like you look at an amount and you say, okay, I can makes it like it kind of just gives you like the just like if you do calculations around like the fees,
Yeah.
like to say, okay, if I buy here and sell here, what's my profit after fees and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and like
Awesome.
percentage profit as well as like, you know, just actual outcome profit.
Yeah.
And like just show stuff that's more relevant to like my personal uses for it.
Sure.
Yeah, and then
That'd be very cool.
you can like basically automate the process by saying like, you know, putting in this buy order so it buys, and then like once the buy order is through, creating the sell order at that higher price.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you can automate that, and like,
Awesome.
yeah, I think it's pretty cool. But I also want to like track the income and stuff, like track those values and store them somewhere else, like Firebase probably, and have that as like a more like relevant to me kind of
Okay.
reading thing.
Sweet. That'll
But yeah,
be really cool,
it's
dude.
I like think about it and then I'm like, it's quite a lot of work, and I don't have time to do a lot of work, so I'll probably just like do it much later when I get like a break. Okay,
Yeah.
I should probably test this. I got like distracted by talking, so here we're at the sign up. If you click login instead, it goes to the login. If we click sign up instead, it doesn't go back there. Okay, so login, go to sign up. I've got to change that to sign up. This is what it is. It's like it's easier to just test it like while we're building stuff. Cool. Login, sign up, login. So that's good. I mean, you could obviously change it like to look nicer and stuff, but like, yeah, it's fine for now. Sign up goes to sign up, login goes to login, game room goes like there. And we can say like on the game room, add like a back to home. Let's create this function. Stick it in there. Put the button in there at the bottom.
Awesome.
And just do the history stuff as well. So we can properly navigate like throughout our app now.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's very cool.
Fine, we just need this, use history. So that was very easy and straightforward.
Yeah.
So login. Okay, cool, that works. Yeah, great. Wonderful.
Awesome.
Okay, so the login and sign up obviously gonna have like labels, and I'm gonna make a reusable component for this.
Yeah.
Because it's always gonna be a label and a value, and there'll be extra stuff in like the type, which will for password, you know, make it like a text. And we can, for the sign up, we can just put in a confirm password, like make sure they match.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make the actual like label component. Or we'll make it a field. Call it a field. Yeah.
Cool.
This is gonna be like a reusable component that we just use like everywhere.
Awesome.
And I'm just gonna make the functionality, but then we can style it like, you know, all together at once, which will be fun.
Cool.
So yeah, I think it helps if we actually have the login buttons on the page as well. Because we don't have the actual sign up and login like final buttons, but it's fine. So what we're gonna do is, what are we doing? Okay, yeah, so I'm just gonna make my field component. It will take in props, but we'll say what props it takes in a bit.
Okay.
What I'm gonna say in here is return. I think I might just like return everything like in there, because all the functions that we call will happen outside. So we'll have like a container div, like we're gonna style this, like what it's around, and then inside we'll have a label. So there'll be some like text in here, and then underneath we'll have a like an input field. So now we're gonna look at what values we'll put in here. So exporting default field, great. And this is going to take the interface. We're going to call the iProps. So it's the props interface.
Yeah.
Currently it's empty. One of the things I want to say is I'm going to add in an ID. That's going to be a string. That just means like some HTML stuff you can do. In HTML, you have like a for. You can say for like a specific ID. Now in React, it's HTML for.
Okay, cool.
Just because like, yeah, they do that. And then we'll set the ID here to equal this ID. Great.
Awesome.
Now, the next thing we're going to put in label. This is going to be a string. And that's just the label that we're going to stick in here. Label. And we can like by default put like, you know, something else in there. Like a colon and stuff. So we format that like. So if we wanted to remove colons or add colons, then you know, just stick it in there and take it out.
Awesome.
So there's the label. There's the value of the input.
Yeah.
The value is always going to be a string as well.
Yeah.
So value equals value. We'll have the on change, which is going to be like event. And there's a void. So the event is kind of like it's a change event around an HTML input element. This is some TypeScript stuff. Change event comes from React. So it's like React change event, but then this is what element it wraps. So there's some stuff there. I need to say value here. And now we're also going to say on change. Will be going in here too.
Awesome.
So now we have this like reusable field component, and we'll style it like later. I did want to put in a type, and this type is trying to think. Like I think I might be able to get the type from here. So you could say something like password. So this here is a React inputs HTML attributes HTML element dot type. So you could actually say like React input. What is it? Oh no, so it's input HTML attributes. That's what it's called. So I'm just getting the actual like value, and then it's around the input element, and we can say dot type. And down here we say it's like a maybe. Sorry, I know this is confusing. I'm just thinking the best way to do it.
That's chilled.
Oh wait, they just do the type as a string or undefined. That's what they do. Sorry. So it's gonna be string or undefined. But I want to put in here the like default. Or no, if it's undefined, it's undefined. It's okay for it to be undefined. It like generally defaults to like text. So this just means if we set it to like password, then it will be a password type input, which is great.
Cool.
Pretty much just what we want. Okay, so I don't need that like random import up there. Cool, we have this field prop. So now I'm gonna export default as field. Nothing new here. That's actually, I can't see my keyboard. Great. So now, if we go into our login page, we can add like a field in here from components that auto imported up there. And well, we're gonna add two fields. So the ID, we'll just make it username, or we'll call it email because we're gonna do email. We're gonna do a set state set stuff up here for the email and value. So
cool.
Let me go get that state, and down here I'll say email and set email. And the field I want to do a handle change like actually in here. You'll see why in a second once I implement it. So I'm gonna actually make like a handle change function here, and that takes in that like event that we have here. But the actual on change up here is just gonna be like value string, because that's how we call the set email here. So we make an event, great, and then on here the on change we're gonna run, and here we're gonna put event.target.value.
Okay, awesome,
So
dude.
it just makes it a bit simpler, and then down here in the handle change we call it like that. And
Awesome.
yeah, it's just so that we keep it simple on the usage side. So yeah, so use state. I'm gonna make it a string by default. Because I'm making a string by default, I don't have to say that it's a use state string. It's automatically like implied.
Yeah.
So I think because we're minimalist, we'll do that. Password and set password. State. Freaking autocomplete snippet things. I need to update like my desktop setup. Okay, so the label in here is gonna equal email. Great. On change is just gonna be set email as is. Perfect. Type we don't need to set, and value is gonna be email. Cool. So just copy these in here. This one's just gonna be password. The label will be like a caps password. Set password, easy. And the value will be password 2. And then we'll have a type in here for password. This is like just a HTML thing. So now if we look at our React app and it actually compiles, which it doesn't, what happened? Field ID password. What's wrong with you?
I think you must import field.
I did.
Oh, you did.
Maybe I should just like rerun this, because we created the field like, you know, later. Yeah, there we go.
There we
fills
go.
in your name. Wow, autocomplete. so yeah, like we can like type stuff in here and type stuff in here. Actually, for this one, I should actually say type email, because then it will pop up like a little issue.
Okay, awesome.
If it's not an email.
Awesome.
So if I left it, I think if I leave it, I don't know. But we're not gonna worry about validation and stuff like in here.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think when you do, like in some cases, you set the type to, did that actually like work? I think if you set like the type to email, I think if you wrap this in a form, then it does some like form validation stuff. But I mean, yeah.
I did see on this, I did see a thing pop up that said like, you must have the @ sign or something like that.
There we go. Yeah. So when you're hovering over it, it like complains.
Awesome.
Yeah, we can also add a placeholder if we wanted to in the field here. So also make that optional in OP.
Cool.
So this is optional, and it can be a string. So it just means down here we add like a placeholder, and stick a placeholder in here. You can actually, if you wanted to, because these all just overlap, you could say something like ... rest. So you say in the rest of the props here, and then in here you can do this. I just don't know why it's complaining there. I guess this works on normal JavaScript. Oh, and I'm using the on-change there, so I need to like have everything. Yeah, let's leave it. Let's leave our dot rest.
Yeah.
It's like if you wanted to like just grab one prop and then have the rest of them somewhere, but
Yes.
like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we're using it in too many other places. Maybe you could change the, I think you could do it like this. Because it was that handle change, you could do the dot rest here. And then replace this with dot rest. It just kind of means that, like, you know, you're getting the props that you need. Like label needs to be there and ID needs to be in both, and on change needs to be out here. But everything else that we put in here will just go straight into input. Yeah, I don't know. It makes it a bit cleaner, I think. But also, like, it could make it harder to read. So it's kind of like up to preference. I don't usually do this, but like,
yeah,
this is such a simple component that we don't have to worry too much about it.
cool.
Anyway, so we know that works. What I want to do, I guess I'm just going to implement the placeholder. So down here we can say placeholder and just say enter email here, I guess. And enter password here. There's like little extra stuff you can do. Put a little slash there. Okay, cool. So it works.
Awesome.
It just means that when this is empty, it says enter email here and enter password here. So next up, like what I want to do for the label and stuff is just style it a bit better and space it out and stuff. So we're going to do that in here. We're going to say styles inside this field component. I'm going to create a styles folder with a TypeScript file. And in here, I'm going to do my import styled from styled components. And we're going to add a bunch of things in here. So we'll have the container, which is just going to be that styled div on the outside. Then we'll have the const label, which is just going to be a styled label. Not div, I'm so used to writing div. And then finally, export const input, which I guess should be above. Equals styled dot input. Cool. So that's going great. The next thing is let's like replace all these uses of it so that everything's like ready to go. And I don't have a specific plan on how we're going to style this. I'm just going to kind of trial and error it until something looks decent. So
yeah.
Dot styles there. So this container is going to wrap this div. Input is going to be that input, and label is going to be this label. There we go. Except not that. That must be small letter, the label prompt. Cool. So I guess the container, first of all, I want to make it like display flex, and then flex direction column. So I want them to be underneath each other.
Okay.
And then I guess I'm going to make the width 100%, like make the width take up the full like container. Then label and input are going to make use of the themes because we're going to take their colors. Theme, so that means we need to get CSS from here. Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna have to really think about what to do. So
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna make the color of this our theme black, which is not like, you know, true black, but like, you know,
yes.
just that like somewhat black color. and we'll leave it as that for now. And the input, I want to make like its height a bit bigger. I'll just give it a shot. I don't know like what I'm doing entirely. I'm going to tweak it once we have like this kind of baseline going. So just doing that. Okay, we have a theme. We have the color of the actual stuff inside is going to be a theme.colors.black as well. And the background color will be theme.colors.white. But we're also gonna have a border, which will be like a solid 1 pixel. Maybe let's make it 2 pixel. Then we'll make that like light gray.
Okay, awesome.
So I also want to make like if it's focused, then we'll make the border color something else. So first of all, outline, I want to set it to none. And I want to make the border color blue. I'm trying to think what else do I want. Border radius. We'll make it like 5. I don't know, we'll make it like 10. Like very round. And let's just see what it looks like so far if we go look at our app. So already it's like a lot like cooler.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
I want to make this bold and I want to make it like pad in a bit. I mean the background kind of like I'm gonna make that inner padding over there, like just pad in like a little bit, and then I want to make this like top part pad in a bit. And I want to make it bold, and I want to make spacing between there. And then I think I'm pretty happy with how it is. I don't know why the background
that looks awesome.
color is not actually changing. Because I wanted it to be white, but now I kind of realize that I'm kind of happy with how that looks. So I think it's just because it's the autocomplete styling. Yeah. So that's what it would look like.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Which I think is pretty decent. I'm just gonna make some margins underneath them. And then yeah, that's I think of all the things I want to do. Okay, so first of all, label, I want to make the font weight to be bold. Great. And I want some like padding on the left. Let's make it like 15. And then the inputs, I also want to have some padding on the inside. Padding, I'll make like the top and bottom like normal, nothing. But the inside, I want to make like 15 px. Container, I want to make a margin bottom. Make it something pretty big. The label, I also have a margin bottom on it actually. Like something small like 5, and that should make this look better. Yeah, it's a lot better. So now we have this, which is quite cool. Goes blue when you're on it. Yeah,
that's super cool, bro.
Sweet.
Epic.
So
yeah, that is really sick.
Pretty stoked with that. We can happily use that. Yeah, that just means. So now we've got our fields, and it's great. We can use this field everywhere. I'm pretty happy with that. We're consistent, which is great. So keeping it simple.
Yeah, that's super sick. That's so cool.
So next thing is going to be just on the login page, I guess. I want to add another button to log in. And we'll make this login. And for the moment, on click is just going to be like an alert that says work in progress. Just make sure that that's there. So login page done. It's work in progress. If we go to sign up instead, we can go do our sign up. So sign up is going to be mostly similar.
Cool.
Copy that, get the field in there. Get some use state. We'll add the button in here for signing up.
Awesome.
And get that in there. Now I want to add like an additional one for confirm password.
Yes.
And I'm gonna set confirm. Great. And that's pretty much going to be the same thing here as well. We'll just call it confirm. Maybe I'll make a dash password.
It's so cool.
So yeah, very straightforward because you can just like copy and paste like everything now. It's like
It's very cool.
just make it enter confirmed password. Or enter password again over here. There we go.
Yeah.
And this confirm password. So yeah, that was quick.
That's awesome.
So now if we look at our app, we've got like that. So what I want to do first is on here is do the on click, like just the front end validation.
Yeah.
Let me think. So handle sign up. Like there's a bunch of ways you can do this. Like you can do some actual like real-time feedback, but I'm gonna leave that out for now because we can spend a lot of time making it really like, you know, responsive, like, you know, working cool. Like if the passes don't match, it will like warn you that they don't match.
Okay.
Maybe we should just do that. Yeah, you can add like some error kind of thing, error message to the field if we wanted to. That would probably be a good thing to do.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Error message, and it's gonna be a string. Just thinking, what's a good thing to do? So we're gonna do some validation here because like we have time, you know. So the way this is gonna work is I'm gonna add a property to this called error, and error message dot length bigger than 0. So that input, it just means that we're going to take in an extra prop here called error. That's a boolean. And we're going to say if like a new theme in here, error, get the prop here, and we'll say the color, the border color. We'll say if there's error, we do red, like just a string red. Otherwise we do that theme. So now if I was in my login page here and all these things they're asking for error to be in there, I think we'll make error like, yeah, could be undefined. Great. And we'll just say if error exists. So the error message could be undefined. Sorry, that means over here.
Okay, awesome.
Sorry. So
yeah,
this is gonna be a string, but it's also gonna be boolean. So that just means if error exists, do something, otherwise not. Great. So the way this is going to work means theoretically we can just leave it out here because we only use it in here, so it's already part of the rest that we put in. So if you can kind of understand what's going on in the background, like error messages in here, and our input is expecting it like through there.
I understand.
So let's just test that it does something. Oh, but I'm gonna add it in later. Sorry, because I want to add it in as like a little message underneath the field.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say error over here equals something. What is it? Error message. There we go. So now nothing. That's not working. Confirm password should be like wrapped in red. Yeah. So it must be a problem with our styling here then. The color. Because it's there, it's a string. Sorry, I'm confused right now. I'm gonna add the error message back in here.
Okay.
And just put it here because I do want to use it in other places. Because I want to have and there should be error here. Oh, that's where it's not working because I called it error here, but I called it error message, over there. So I'm calling it error on the HTML box. I'm gonna add it here as well because I want to in the label, I want to make it red as well. So
okay,
let's copy that, put it in here, error, and we'll have an error in here. And if it is an error, then we're making it red. Otherwise, we'll probably make a theme value for that red. Okay, that's fine. So now if there's an error, you see it makes the whole thing red, which is pretty cool.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
So yeah, pretty stoked about that. I think
that's
the one thing at the
cool.
label here, I'm gonna make the padding F10 since it makes me feel a bit better. Yeah, I don't know. It looks a bit nicer. Great.
Yeah.
So if there's an error, we'll do that. So finally, we're gonna have like an actual like if error message and we'll do a field in here, and we'll write the error message. So I want to style this as well. So I'm going to make a new style component and call it like error.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a styled like p tag. And the color is going to be red. Yeah, the color will just always be red, so it's fine. We'll just call it red. And the font weight will be bold. Oh, let's just make it normal. But we'll make like a little margin top, of 5 pixels, just so it's not hugged up against things. I think the padding.
Cool.
Yeah, let's just see what it looks like. Okay, that's something wrong there. Oh, I need to. So that bracket mustn't be there, and I need to get my error component. So ended up being more of a styled components like stream again. Cool.
But it's cool. It's a lot, dude.
Sweet. I'm gonna also make some side padding there, just to the left of it. It's not alphabetical. I know. There we go. So yeah, that shows
Awesome.
like what the error is, like right underneath the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. So if there's an error, we'll do that, which is nice. So we know that it works. Okay, cool. But what I want to do now is like have an effect where we're monitoring like on this this page. So I'm gonna have like a whole use effects to run every time that something changes.
Okay, cool.
So And this is where it gets a bit more weird, because we're going to do like if email has an error, if password, if confirm password, like all of them, they're error messages. So
yes.
it's a bit weird, but basically, so we want to look at email changing and password and confirm password. Great. For all of these, I'm going to set to email error and set email error stuff, like email error, set email error, and it's going to be undefined. And then here I'm going to say it can be a string or undefined. Okay, cool. So the effect is where we're going to set those possible errors. So it is getting a bit like big, but I mean, I think this is nice. Like it makes for a nice user experience.
Yeah. No, that's very cool.
Oh, there's so many things to it though. Like, because you can, sorry, I shouldn't have done that. It's supposed to be set password error, because you can do like a check basically. Well, I guess we'll just check and make sure like both values on empty. Because they're all required. So what you could do in here for the field property again. Sorry, I'm getting super carried away. But the field property, you can make like another prop in here just called required. And that's a boolean. And then we say like in here we'll get the required, and like if it is required, then we're gonna make a star and a space. So now like down here we can say, okay, this is required, and then we can do the like I'm gonna do some field validation in there, like if it like sorry, there's so many things you can do to it, but I'm just gonna say that the required here is only gonna like show something pretty. It's just gonna show the star, you know.
Yeah.
We could have just put it in the label. Didn't really matter. It would have been easier to put it in the label, but like for us right now, it's just gonna show that. So when we have fields in future, we can be like,
sweet.
Like I do feel like it's a bit misleading. We might as well just put a star space in all of the required things. But that's how you would do it if you were like making a full like form kind of functionality. We're not making like a full kind of form component right now. So I'm going to ditch the required thing, and where we used required in the label, I'm just going to make a space like that. We'll do the validation ourselves in each kind of thing here. So
okay, cool then.
This is always like confusing. It's like, you know, how do you keep the state when you show the user like all the stuff? So yeah, we've got a use effect here. And finally, we're just gonna have a confirm password error thing. So messy. I didn't want to do this, but now I'm doing it. So one of the checks I want to make is
yes.
if password.length is bigger than 0 and confirm password.length is bigger than 0. And then I want to do the check, do they match? So I'll do like just another if statement so it's easier to understand.
Yes.
If password not equal to confirm password, then we'll set those two errors.
Cool.
Set password error. And we'll say passwords do not match.
That's so cool.
Or we'll just say passwords must match. There we go. And we'll do the same for the set confirm.
Cool.
So that's one check that we can do.
Awesome.
And we need to set these error messages down here. So sorry, error message is equal to email error equal to password error. I hate doing this kind of stuff actually. That error message is already set down there. Confirm password error. Okay, so that's one of the cases where we set them. Another case, I think with Firebase, the passwords do have to be at least 6 characters long. So
okay,
we'll do an if, and I think this will be an else if, like, so just if password,
okay,
dot like length is less than 6.
less than 6,
then
yeah.
I mean, that actually means that this won't run anyway until because the password, that's going to be false. That's going to be true, so this won't run. So this isn't important anymore. Because we know the password length
Cool.
is right. Because if it's not, then we do that. That's what's nice about else if. Now we're going to say password must be at least 6 characters long. Shout at them. I'm just gonna make it like proper English, I guess.
Cool.
Great. Sweet. Wonderful. Okay, great. So we've done that.
Cool.
All good. Is there any other stuff we want to do? I guess we could do like an email validation check.
Okay, yeah.
Let me go Google that. Validate email. Just like finding this thing. Yeah, I can just make a whole function. Where's the my form come from? I don't like this site. It doesn't do a good job of just telling me. I just want a basic helper. Okay, we'll just copy this function here.
What is all that, like?
It's a regular expression.
Weird. Okay.
So it's testing if it matches that pattern, which
okay.
is a pain. So yeah, basically, oh, we don't have a helper. I'm gonna have a helper, like add another helpers folder in here, because we're gonna use this in multiple places. And we'll make a folder called validate email. So I'm just copying this whole function off the internet.
Cool.
That validate email, yeah, it's a whole regular expression where you get emails a string, and this is going to return a boolean, so it will return true or false.
Okay.
RE stands for regular expression, and now you're just testing if this value to lowercase is going to match this regular expression. So that's kind of the plan there. I'm not going to explain regular expressions to you right now, because there's like a whole rule around it. But if you are interested in learning more, you can like go look it up.
Yeah,
from React.
I will.
I usually, whenever I need to use a regular expression, I just Google the solution.
Okay.
Like, because it's usually something somebody else has already struggled with. But this just makes sure like something like that there's,
cool.
A string before an @ sign before something, including a dot, but multiple dots maybe afterwards, you know, something. So we could have obviously like, done a much simpler one ourselves and like just said, okay, I'm going to split the string by the, or yeah, I could just said like the string has to include a dot and an & sign. I could do like, some own thing, but the regular expression is probably like better. Anyways, so that's that.
Cool.
I've got the helper there. So it means now in our pages where we're doing the stuff at sign up. Over here, I can do another if and say if email. So that one's around the passwords. Great. But like, they're all good. Now I'm going to say if email, or now I'm going to say if validate email. So if it is an email, or wait, if it's not an email, then I'm going to do the set email error to not a valid email address, or email address must be valid. There we go. Great.
Sure.
So now I think if we I'm also going to make sure that email is bigger than 0 first. Email length. Before running that.
Yeah.
Because we'll run the is required checks like on clicking. So in here we'll check if email.length equals 0.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to do like all the checks in here, and then I'm going to do another if inside.
Cool.
Or wait, we can just do a return, it's fine. So if email.length is 0, then we say set email error to email is required. And we'll return. So we'll hop out of that. And now we'll just do the same for the passwords and confirm password. Confirm. There, be my wizardry done.
Awesome.
Can our alert sign in? Said winning sign in. Now, yeah, we can do the handle sign up down there. So now let's just test what we have. Theoretically, okay, it's complaining about that immediately. I need to do the other check actually. So I do want to say password.length must be bigger than 0, just so it doesn't show an error immediately.
Oh yeah.
Cool. So that's why we're doing that like check. Great. So now we don't have any issues until we start typing. Now it's like email address must be valid. I'll say barry@me.com. But I'm valid. Doesn't work. Maybe the validate does return like the other way around. Okay, what am I doing? Oh. Yeah, sorry. So what is this? I'm like breaking my mind right now. So
Yeah,
if
I know, it's a lot.
email.length is bigger than 0, it's true. That's great. So then we want to run the next command. If it's not a valid email address, then we run email should be an error. So what does this actually do? Test. So it makes sure that, so we'll return true if that test passes. So that's right. Okay, my email is valid, but okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6. It is. Okay, fails. So I'm doing my things all wrong. Because this check is happening, but I don't know if it's being like,
Yeah.
oh, we need to do the else statements to set it back to,
Yeah.
to set it back to false. So yeah, and here I'm gonna do the else set password error to undefined. Great. Then here I'm gonna do the if password length, like, yeah, should I say, what am I doing? So what I'm doing here is basically just saying it should set the error back to undefined if that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so confusing. Like I'm so like,
Sure, yeah, it's a lot, eh? Yes.
yeah. I didn't want to do this because I knew this would happen. So yeah, you generally build like a sort of form framework around this, but yeah, like it's cool. So now if I type in my name, that's wrong. Yep. .com. There we go. It's fixed. 4 5 6. It's right. I start typing here. Big passwords don't match. 1 2 3 4 5 6, and they match. Yeah. As soon as you like empty them and stuff, then it's like, yeah, passwords must match.
Awesome.
I think that's good enough for now. Pretty crazy.
Sure.
If we try to submit, it'll say email is required and it will hop out. Yeah. So all of those are required.
Awesome.
And then yeah, we have to, yeah, so we need to do the check here as well to say passwords must match.
Yeah.
So we need to actually run this passwords must match thing. Yeah, that just runs as it is. But we return here.
My bro, we could even like probably just do it in the handle sign up, right? Because then whenever they click, if the passwords don't match, then can show the error. It doesn't have to show it as you type in, right?
Yeah,
we could.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
we could. Yeah, but I mean, there'll be other additional stuff there. Like there'll be, so this is the front end validation error stuff, and then like the other thing will be the like back end validation error. Like if something, so we're preventing them from even trying to sign up or log in.
Okay,
until this is valid.
Awesome.
So yeah, there's a bunch of ways you can do it. I think obviously what we're doing now is quite messy.
No, but it's very cool.
Yeah,
I think it's
like
awesome.
what we've built at work is like we've built this whole massive reusable form component where you throw things in and you set the validations based off of other things.
Oh, nice.
And like, so a gets a lot cleaner that way. But
Yeah.
obviously here we're hard coding all the rules in. It's not like, you know, data driven. It's just like, you know,
Yeah.
hard coded like this.
Yeah.
So it does look very messy.
Awesome.
But yeah, for now
That's
it's
so
fine.
cool though.
This is like resolving to that. Need to do a similar thing here.
Yeah.
Which
Perfect.
is unfortunate because it's a lot. So I'm just gonna copy this and this. At least you don't have to do the password matching stuff. Yeah, I'm just thinking we don't even really need to do anything specific. We just need to do the on click. I don't think we're going to do the effect stuff anymore.
Yeah.
Here we'll just make a function called handle sign up, like handle login, and do the required stuff. So make error message, email message error, cool, and error message here. Password error. Great.
Awesome.
Right, and that's gonna match what we have here. I think we should have the use effect just for when it changes. And in this use effect, yeah, we'll be monitoring the email and password, but we're simply just gonna do whenever these values change, we're gonna set the stuff to nothing. And that's actually probably a better way to do things on the other side as well. So whenever we change them, the error is going to go away. So we're keeping it a lot simpler. And then just doing the checks at the end.
Yes.
So let's ditch this.
I'm aware.
And just like every time we like change this, we're going to refresh the error. So
Okay,
if
awesome.
emails required, password required, confirm password required, and then we have passwords must match.
Perfect. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
we can pretty much do that.
Cool.
I think instead of returning here, we're going to have let has error equal false. And in all of these cases, we're just going to set like has error to true. Because then we can set like multiple things. I don't know.
Okay.
Actually, what we had is fine. Well, you'll address issues one by one.
Okay, cool.
Again, keeping it simple. Okay, great. And yeah, that's like it's just required. We do need to do the email validation. So we'll say if validate email, then we return set email error. Email must be valid. Cool. And we'll do the same thing and copy it in here. Cool. So the password is required thing. We'll just return invalid password through Firebase when they try to log in with the wrong password.
Cool.
Let's just import validate email from helpers. There we go.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a lot cleaner.
Dude, that's so cool. It also actually makes a lot like more
Yeah, it's easier to
sense.
read. Why did I do
Yeah.
this? You can't complain about stuff in there. Unnecessary escape character. Okay. Which one of them is unnecessary? Doesn't help me. This doesn't help me at all. I didn't even see the unnecessary escape for this one.
Wait, I'm checking.
Okay, well, that one.
Yeah, there's only one place that
That
has
one.
it. Yeah.
This little squiggle.
No, there's two places that have it. There's another
Look,
one
yeah, there's
over
the squiggle.
here.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That should still work. Just unnecessary, like, I don't know, TypeScript pointing out that things are broken. Great.
Cool.
So now we have proper login and sign up forms where if you try to sign up, it will say that's required. And then if you fill that in, like fill in my name, then it'll say password's required. And if I put in 123, then it'll say, okay, what it should say first is password must be, I guess if I put in 123 here. Okay, no. So what we're missing in sign in
Yeah.
is a password. So yeah, password is required, but then next one we gotta say if password length is smaller than 6, then password must be at least 6 characters long. Great. And then we say that's required, and then we say they must match. Okay, cool. So
Awesome.
now we test this.
So
Thank you.
epic.
So yeah, again, sign up, emails required, very loyal. Sign up, password required, 123. Sign up, password must be at least 6 characters long. So we say 456. Sign up, that must be confirmed. 123. Passwords must match. 456. Okay, sign up works.
Boom.
Okay. This side, the email thing, like it will say, yeah, emails required, 1234. Email must be valid. The password, we don't really care. We just say,
Yeah. Just the length.
like we're not even gonna worry about the length. If it's like this, we'll say the password's wrong. Like, yeah,
Okay.
we're not gonna give them clues as to why the password's wrong. Yeah. So
okay, I see.
so that's I guess we created the basic created login and sign in pages. Now we need to do our Firebase login stuff, which is actually quite easy. We didn't even have to make hooks for it because it's so easy.
Yeah.
But we do have to make some error handling for it. So we're going to make like a Firebase error thing here in those. What did I want to do? I want to also yarn deploy. So on the side, I'm just going to go look at what we used for Firebase for our other app, the leaderboard one.
Cool.
Find it on GitHub. And we...
at least my phone just came back on. Yeah.
That's good. I was like, are you dead? Okay, so pages, the sign up. I'm going to get that auth from services.
Cool.
That auth from services we've already exported here. It's this firebase.auth. So great. And pretty much on logging in, we need to, over here, the sign in, we have to say auth.signin with email and password. And in there, we put the email and we put the password. Easy. Then we have a .catch, and this is where we say our error. And what we're going to do up here is we're going to say, what are we going to say? I just realized, you know, that error component that we did make, we can probably put that into like a, so before that, this error here, I'm going to put it into a styled component, like over here, underneath here, just make it error.
Okay, yeah.
So in here, we'll say index.ts, and I'll import styled from styled components, because I want to use it now in my other thing. So that gets exported as all from here. No, it doesn't. Export all from /error. Cool. That means over here, instead of getting error from there, we're going to get import error from components. Cool. Okay, why are you complaining? I guess I need to rerun this because we moved the file. Okay. That means that what I wanted to do now is down in, I'm not looking at signup. Am I looking at signup? What's wrong with signup? This is like red for some reason. Need to save the file. Okay, so I'm looking at the sign up page. So I meant to say sign up with email and password, not sign in. I think. Is it sign up? Create user with email and password. Cool. Yeah, so you create a user with email and password. And then over here, we're going to say an error. And the error that we're going to say in here is, what I want to do here first is create another state thing. And the state thing we're going to create in here is going to be Firebase error. And set Firebase error. So we use state. And it's going to be, what is it going to be? So it's also a string or undefined. So undefined by default. Again, when they change things, we'll go and set it to undefined down here. Oops. Just like we did with the other ones. But this one, on click, we're going to set the Firebase error to show like at the bottom of everything. So
cool.
Error. And we're going to say, wait, that error is just going to be something like this. And that does actually mean that just for styling, I'm going to make the margin top and bottom. So margin is going to be like 5 up and 5 down, just so that there's like some extra space. So what I'm going to say in here is Firebase error and inside we say Firebase error, what the actual error was. So we only show this element if it's there. We need to import it from components. Okay, what have I messed up? So the final thing is over here. If there's an error, we're going to set Firebase error to be error. I think there's a message. I need to see what this catch does. Let's just set it to error for now.
Okay.
Why is it complaining about lacking bracket? 41. Line 41. Okay, I'm just gonna make some spaces so we can see what's going on. Maybe I should just make it like brackets like this. Why? I must have done some. It's down there. It meant line 85, not 41.
Oh my word.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if this error returned by Firebase error is like a string or not, because that might break things. So in our app, I'm just gonna make a new person first, and then we'll test logging in with them afterwards. We have to have the logged in as a person as well, and say like log out. No, we'll do that stuff later. We'll make the log
Okay.
out button.
Cool.
But yeah. Oh no, maybe I'm gonna leave that for now. I'm gonna leave. I don't know, dude. I want to like kind of get to an end, because we have been going for ages, and then tomorrow we can do the logged in, logged out stuff. But let's just make sure sign up works. So I've got me there, and I'm gonna make 1 2 3 4
Cool.
5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. I'm gonna sign up. Okay, yeah, that's the object issue that happened now. That's what I expected. Well, I didn't expect an error to happen, but yeah, there's a message variable in that error, so
Okay.
we can see what the message is, like that.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I think it might just be because our Firebase project isn't set up for handling this kind of stuff yet. 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. So the given sign-in provider is disabled for the Firebase project. Enable it in Firebase console under the sign-in method. So there we go. We know that errors work.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
Sweet.
I was like, I read that and like, I don't get this. What does this mean? And then it's like, oh, it's written right over there. So that's just because in Firebase,
Yeah.
our authentication, we need to set a sign-in method and enable email password.
Yes.
So it's going to enable. Yeah, we can enable. I don't know. Yeah, we'll leave that part out. We'll just enable the normal one. Okay, cool. So now
Cool,
it
my bro.
means if I click sign up, I think it just happened because obviously we don't have a like, we haven't set loading states for all of this either and all that, because we haven't said signing up.
Yeah.
And we haven't done anything upon the user successfully signing up. So we should totally add loading states in there. So I'm going to do that first, but I think we are signed up. Let's just make sure on Firebase. So if we go to users, yeah, I've got a new user, so it worked. I'm just going to make a new state in here. Oh, this is big. Is signing up.
Yeah.
Signing up, and we say set is signing up, and then we'll say use state, and we're gonna say it's false to begin with. Okay, so this button just going to be disabled if it is signing up. Yeah, I'm going to call it sign up like that. And then say is signing up, question mark, ing, otherwise nothing. Cool. And so that's some feedback for us. Now we just have to set when they start. So this stuff happens extremely quickly, so I'm not even going to worry about that.
Cool. Sweet.
Set is signing up to be true. And then in here, I'm going to set a, I think I can do a dot then. Yeah. Dot then, and I'm just going to say set is signing up to false. I think I can just await it actually. I can do a try catch. Let's not. This is simple enough. Set is signing up to be false. And then we also want to put it in underneath here for this set error stuff. Crazy stuff. Okay, cool. So that happens. I'm just going to theoretically assume that it works. Let's make my ukulele shop that I was building once. So it very quickly, like it happens so quickly. Oh wait, we didn't actually do it here. There we go, signing up, done. It's done, like just like that. So that was cool. If I refresh this, I need to reload it here. Then
that's freaking awesome, dude.
Done. Yeah, cool.
What the heck?
And now login, super simple, straightforward. We just need to do the login over here, and I'm gonna make one for is logging in as well.
Cool.
Logging in. Okay, button down here is gonna be very similar. I'm gonna also make it login, and then disabled if is logging in is true. And then over here, if is logging in is the case, then we can say ging, otherwise nothing. So it says logging in. And yeah, we do have time to make a logout button. I think it would be good to make a logout button just so that it's like easy to go back forth and test and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll do that. Maybe we should build that current user hook thing. Like trying to decide. Yeah, I think we should while we're at it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Over here, we just we need to do our handle logging in stuff here. So I'm going to copy what we've done here. We say set is logging into true. Then we just say auth dot, and I need to get auth from there. It's already got from there. Auth dot sign in this time with email and password. And you just say email and password. And we'll do the dot then.
Awesome.
If it worked, we're going to set is logging in to false. And then we'll do a dot catch error. And we'll set, I forgot to do the Firebase error message thing. Create this. This is exactly the same. And down here, this is exactly the same. We just put it over there. And error we get from here. Great. So let's say set Firebase error to error.message. Cool. And we're going to set is logging into false as well. So now if I try to log in with the incorrect password is invalid or the user does not have a password. So yeah, that works. Like when we
That's
did it,
awesome.
it tried to log in, stops logging in, and
Sweet.
fails. If I actually do log in with my 12345 password, too many unsuccessful login attempts, try again later. Okay, that's built into Firebase. Pretty cool. Which is fine. So, well, I guess it's a good time for us to look at that other hook that we made in the other project. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but
All right.
we're going to create that use user hook. It was very simple, actually.
Okay.
And this is just to get the user details now who's logged in.
Okay, cool.
I mean, not that they have many details, but like, yeah, so
Yeah.
we can see if they're logged in or not. Because if they're not logged
Yeah, it's
in,
pretty much
user is
just the
undefined. Yeah.
okay. Just the email and ID, right?
Yeah, pretty much. So we're gonna do the context thing. We're gonna wrap our app in that context at the top level. Sorry, it's use context. Because we want to like kind of, always have the current logged in user held in context, so when the logged in state changes, we set that user. So half of this is kind of controlled by Firebase. Firebase, like the auth package, like monitors the current user, but we're just making it easier to get
Yeah.
that user, or we're monitoring the
Firebase is quite
changes and
awesome,
storing
eh?
it. Yeah. Well, I mean, this stuff isn't really new for you. I guess it's just
No,
a cool.
I understand a lot more now, though.
Yeah. So we've done this before. I'm literally just copying off the other project. So we're getting auth from services. We're creating a user context. The value inside there is, well, currently empty. I wonder what the. I'll try TypeScript it like in a bit. Yeah, it's going to be an empty object for now. I wonder if that complains. No, it doesn't. Okay, cool. So by default, the context is an empty nothing thing. So I think the value is the user. I need to like type a bit more to think about how I'm going to do this with TypeScript. So I'm just going to say any for now. Can be anything. We're going to make our user provider. And this is going to hold children, kind of our normal hook stuff. I'm going to say const user and set user equals use state. I'm also just going to say any for now, once I figure out what the freaking user is. Or I might just always keep it as any because I might just not know. Just wondering. So it's a firebase.user or null. So that's what happens. So in here I can say firebase.user. Okay, cool. So that means, or nothing, or just null. So by default in here, I'm going to say null. I'm going to say this is of type firebase dot user. Great. Okay, there's more stuff I need to do. So I'm going to set null in there. And this also needs to be all null. And yeah, in here we're going to return our user context. Dot provider. And why didn't that finish it for me? Did I? This is the same thing. Oh, it's I don't know why it's giving me issues now. This is a .tsx, not .ts. That will fix it. So it's complaining now there's another value. The value is going to be user. And inside here, we'll just put children. Okay, I forgot to say that this is FC. That's why it doesn't recognize children. We say this is a functional component, so it can have a children prop. This is the first time we're doing this in TypeScript. Oh my gosh, this looks dumb. I think my prettier is not enabled at the moment. That might be why this looks a bit weird.
Okay.
Or just fits, I don't know. There could be some rules that aren't taking place. Because I was working on Rick's project and I changed some of my settings. So
yeah,
I'm gonna export const use user. And it's gonna be use context. And we say use user. Or what user context do we put in here? Okay. Sorry, that's a function, so it equals that function. Okay. That's pretty much how that works. From here, we need to export all from. I mean, we could export both of them. It's just like as they are from /user use user. That way we know, like, okay, cool. There's a use user in here, and there's a user provider. Okay, cool. So this user provider, we need to wrap our app in. I'll just wrap it up over here, I guess. Where should I wrap it around? Around the layout. There you go, it auto imported it for me. And that's good to go. Cool. So that means now in our app, we can use the use user thing that we just exported. Great. I'm going to use it here on the home page and just say const, oh, it's just user equals use user. And now, like down here, we'll say we'll just do like a little if thing. So if user exists, then we're gonna show a button that says on click equals. For now, we'll like alert log out. And call it log out. And then otherwise, we do this like thing that we had done here.
Cool.
There we go. How does logging out work again? I'm just gonna also go look at our project, what we used there, because we had a auth button. So logging out was pretty much auth.signin, and you could like I'm gonna make a component for it just so that we have like a
cool.
you know state of it is busy logging out. Yeah, got a little bit of time. I want to end at 1 because we've been going forever.
Sweet.
So I'm gonna make log out just like that. We'll know that it's the log out button. Okay, this will be very straightforward. We'll be quick. Import React from React. I must remember it's FC. This button is not even going to show theoretically. We'll have it there anyway. I've got a history thing here as well. No, nothing. It's just going to be use user. So import use user from hooks. No, do I even need the user? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, dude. I need to just like write it as is. const logout. And I mean, like, we are just going to use it like in there, but I want to keep this page a bit simpler. So I want to keep that like is changing state, like to be separate. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to return, we're going to have a function handle click. We're going to have a state for is logging out. This is stuff we didn't do on the old project, but I mean, we kind of did
Yeah.
for logging in. Is logging out, set is logging out. If we try to click it, we'll set is logging out to true. Otherwise, yeah, we'll set the is logging out to false in the like catches.
Cool.
Use state, we'll make this false. So in here, it's just gonna be, oh, we're making a button. So it's a button from components.
Yeah.
Nice and reusable. Okay, button is disabled if it is logging out, so that don't try to log out twice. In here we say log out. If it is logging out, we say ging.
Yep. Game.
It's like ging. Otherwise, that. Cool. All pretty good. Our on click is going to be this handle click, so we add in an on click here. Done. And now we simply say we need to get auth from services. So auth auto imports there. Great. This auth from services would be auth sign out. It's just a function like that, and then you can do a dot then.
Yeah, I like these functions. It's very cool.
Yeah, and the dot
Very
then.
simplified.
Yeah, exactly. So we set that to false.
Yet simplified yet complicated.
Yeah. And then the catch will error. And we don't have like an error message right now, but we can use that error that we made.
Oh yeah.
So I'm actually just going to wrap our button in this. And I'm going to do that const Firebase error thing again.
Cool.
Cool. Use state. It's basically a string or undefined. So by default, it's undefined. Cool. And in here, we're going to say set Firebase error to error.message. And we'll set is logging in or logging out to false as well. I want to set the Firebase message to undefined at the start. So
Cool.
it just means that, like, you know, if we click it again, we're going to stop showing the error. Yeah, what I was doing here was I'm going to put the classic Firebase error and we'll say error, and in here we'll say, oops, Firebase error. Cool. Okay, why is this not formatting today? Great. That's our logout button.
Cool.
And then over here, I just need a great. Okay, what is it complaining about? I made a slash there for some reason. Okay, cool. That pretty much explains itself.
Awesome.
Great. Yeah, what was I gonna do? Now I'm gonna go put it in home. So from here, I'm just gonna import logout from there. And replace this stuff with logout. And
Awesome, bro.
yeah, that means if we go look at our app, I need to log in first.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll do the routing, auto routing back. Or maybe it's actually quite quick. Let's just do it now as well. Keep getting carried away. So we're going to use that
Cool.
the other hook, import use user. We're going to make another use effect. And that's going to be dependent on the user that we're about to get. So let's use the hook up here. Const user equals use user. If user changes, so if user exists, then we're going to history dot push this person away from this page. Very straightforward. We're also not going to let them try sign in if they're there. So you understand what's happening here.
Yeah.
So we're just monitoring the current user. Obviously, if they're undefined, nothing will happen. But if they are, if there is a user, we're not going to let them see the login page. Then you need to rather log out if they want to log in or sign up and stuff.
Cool.
Okay, well, that was very quick actually. So now,
Cool.
if we go, oh, I'm logged in. Logging out, that happened. Going to log in. Logging in is me. I'm logged in. Logging out. Sign up. Signing up as my friend, who I have his email address for. Or copy whatever password that is. I don't know what it is. No, I'll just make it 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. And we signed him up. He got signed up and he got taken here, logged out. Go to login, go to sign up. Yeah. Whatever.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet. Epic.
I think that's just because I was like doing multiple things. But yeah, I think that works fairly smoothly. I think if they click around a lot, then they might run into issues. But like, yeah, we can work out like fixing that later. But point is, I can log in as me.
Cool.
Go to the game room, and at least now we've got the hold of the user context, and there's that kind of cool thing that we have to work with tomorrow when we do more cool stuff. Oh, but that was insane.
Great.
Yo,
that was insane, my bro.
Yeah.
But honestly, this was one of my favorite sessions. I really enjoyed checking what we're doing there.
That's good.
Like it gets better and better all the time. So I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, you learn these like new little tricks on how to like shortcut do things, like things that seem
Sure.
like they would be rough, but like, you know, you made the solution once. I think what helps the most is like we did that like the components, the error and the fields, you know, suddenly like everything that usually you've got to fix everywhere, like you don't have to do that anymore. You just like whenever you see that kind of reusable like case, you should consider making a component. So I figured, you know, that error component we're going to reuse multiple places,
multiple times.
Yeah.
No, it's awesome.
Yeah, you could obviously move that sort of like form checking logic into its own like separate hook thing, but I mean, I think it only gets used there, so it's not reusable, you know. So
yeah. Oh
but
no, this was sick.
yeah, dude, it's epic.
Where to from here? What's next?
I'm gonna order pizza, but
oh no.
Yeah, no,
That sounds
so
so good.
yeah, dude, I don't even know. Like tomorrow we will look at like getting the user. I almost think we should make like a user profile page, where they just enter their display name, and see if we can get that value through.
Okay, awesome.
So like, Yeah,
Yeah.
just try and like, so we have like a user document kind of thing, and then you can, like, if we wanted to do stuff later,
Yeah.
like record their wins, we could do that. But then like we need to consider
That's gonna
making,
be sick.
yeah, if you're a logged in user, you can either create a game or join a game, and we do some
Yeah.
functionality around that. So creating a game will make the room, and then there'll be multiple ways to join it. You can either join it via the homepage join, where there'll be like a list of available rooms. So we need to kind of start doing that.
Yes.
But you could also join like
Okay.
via just the room code. If you went straight to the room and say join, like we have a thing
Okay.
saying like, okay, X is free, and like you know, player X is this name and player O is this name, and
Yeah.
like you have like a join button. So if you're logged in, you can join. If you're
Okay,
not logged in, it
awesome.
will say like log in to join. And then you like,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
they link the players like to that. But yeah,
That's the thing I wanted to actually ask. Are we gonna put names on this as well? Like say you and me play. Is it gonna show Barry versus Kevin or something like that? Like instead
yeah.
of
Well, I think
player.
what we could do is like we have like a player X and a player O,
Yeah.
and you become that player. Like, so player X is this user and player O is this user.
Yeah.
So then like
Yeah.
what we
That would
do,
be awesome.
yeah, exactly. So then what we would do is like, yeah, you can just join that, and then yeah, we'll say Barry's turn or Kevin's turn, like instead of X or O.
Okay. Sweet.
Like we'll just
Sweet.
say like, yeah, do some extra little small logic to render stuff. But yeah, maybe,
Okay. Awesome. That'll be cool.
yeah, maybe if we could make a person who creates a room, like we make it so there always has to be a room host.
Yes.
That could be a good way to do it. Then you don't have to have like multiple rooms and stuff. It just means like it keeps running as long as the
Yeah.
host is going.
Yeah. Of course.
So like if you start a game, then you're hosting a board. Like, so like a room will actually have like a host attached to it, and then
Yeah.
like, yeah, like people can kind of like hop in,
Yeah.
hop out. The host can basically kick the the person out, like the person who joined
Okay.
them
Cool.
out. You know, you can make some functionality around that.
Awesome.
So you can like think about doing that kind of thing. So where every host has their own room. So when you click
Yeah.
host, it will go to your room, and just like start a new game, kick the other user out, like basically,
Cool.
you know, setting like who player
Awesome.
X is.
Awesome.
We make it so the host is always player X or something.
Sweet. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds super cool. I'm stoked, dude.
Yeah, no, that'll be fun. So you
Oh,
can join a host's game, and then yeah.
sick. It's gonna be so cool.
Yeah, I know,
Oh
dude.
man,
Looking
awesome.
forward to it.
Yeah, sweet. So we done for today.
Yes, I need to
Okay,
chill.
awesome.
I'm probably not even gonna bother making a recap video because there hasn't been much demand for it. So
Okay.
I mean, if Richard's only watched the first one, then oh, screw it. No recap
Yeah,
videos. It's too much effort for me. That's like more effort for me than the actual like just streaming.
yeah,
Because it's like it's an extra hour just to like quickly record and
yeah.
then try and edit stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I mean,
but it's
no.
enough to get people interested to try and catch up. Besides, nobody's watching today.
Yeah.
um,
It's chill. Think
anyways,
everybody's still sleeping.
yeah, I went for a run this morning. It was good. But
Oh,
that was
nice,
fun.
dude.
We should definitely do. I don't know. You up for tomorrow morning again?
Of course.
I'm up for any time. It was actually nice doing it a bit later. Like,
Yeah, it was. I felt a bit rested.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
No, it was
yeah, just because then I run up until 9 and then like come in,
yes.
then chill.
Awesome. Let's
Yeah,
do that. Same time tomorrow.
yeah, cool. So 11 tomorrow. Sounds
Awesome.